Hello there, welcome to class. I'm Miss Faust. Please make sure you have paper available and a pen or a pencil. Yes, today is another note-taking day. No, we're not introducing anybody else. That's over. We introduced who? Sylvia Plath and Ann Sexton last class session. So we're not introducing anyone else. That is it for this school year. I know you're going, yes. Okay, but we're getting ready for the last essay. But I need you to take some notes. Hopefully you will take notes. So please make sure you have paper out. And I do recommend note-taking. Okay, I'm going to go over the two poems. Again, highlights, due to time constraint and all that. We're talking highlights. So if you do have a particular question regarding either poem or both, please email me. Okay? Are you ready? You are? Let's deal with Sylvia Plath first, namely with Mirror. Interesting poem, isn't it? Remember, Plath wrote a lot of autobiographical material. Okay, in a sense, you could say Sexton did too. Okay, and again, she was recommended to write because it's good to get your feelings out. The pain, the suffering, and the good times and everything. Just get it out and get it out of the system and the like. So she did do that. And a lot of her material, I'm talking Sexton's, a lot of her material turned into wonderful poetry. It's amazing. But with Plath, again, she really liked to incorporate things that happened to her, that she saw one of those days, heard, or the like, or some kind of feeling, how she feels about, how she felt about something. Okay? So we have here Mirror. Now, who is the speaker of this wonderful poem? Any guesses? Plath? No, not Plath. It is not Plath the poet. It is actually, the title tells you, a mirror. And a mirror is speaking. Okay? So we're talking two stanzas, two poetic paragraphs and the like here. So if you look in the first stanza, and I'm not going to go through the poetic materials such as the rhyme scheme and the beat and the assonance and consonants and anything like that. I'm going to go through basically the meaning, okay, in a sense for both poems, so that we can understand the poems, get the idea. What are the themes all about? What are the poets trying to share with us, with we, the readers? Okay. So in the first stanza, I am silver and exact. That tells you right there that it is a mirror. Okay? A mirror is very exact. If you go out and look in the mirror is going to give you exactly what it sees. It's not going to lie about it. Okay? If you happen to be very attractive, whether male or female, the mirror is going to show you that. Okay? That's just how it is. And again, when the mirror is silver, because of the glass and the like. Okay. Preconceptions. It doesn't have any preconceptions. It doesn't look at you and think, yeah, you're good looking, but you're not exactly a good person. So I'm going to show you someone who looks really horrible because I'm going to show you the inside. It's not going to do that. Okay? It's going to give you what exactly it sees. So whatever it sees, that's what it presents. It swallows immediately. You may not be happy with the way you look, but unfortunately, the mirror is going to show you the way you look. Okay. Unmisted by love or dislike. When you ask somebody, you might ask a friend, so how do I look today? And you're fluffing up your hair. You just went from the beauty parlor and you're going, how do I look? How do I look? And Ramona's looking at you and going, oh, I love that hairdo. I think she cut that really nicely over there and there. And Ramona's going, oh gosh, how do I tell her that she really needs to go get another haircut to fix what the other person did? Okay, all right, because you don't want to hurt the person. The mirror doesn't care. Okay, the mirror is going to show you a hairdo that you may not like. It's just how it is. Okay, I'm not cruel, only truthful. It's not trying to be mean. It is just being very truthful. Mirrors are truthful. So that's why you have some people, they don't even look in a mirror. Yeah, you ask them, did you look in a mirror? I mean, you've got hair sticking all over the place. No, I don't look in a mirror. Some people cover up their mirrors. You'll have coverings over, like blankets or whatever on the mirrors, and you're going, what? What is all that? And they don't want to see. Okay. Again, describing it, I have a little God, four-cornered. Most of the time, I meditate on the opposite wall. So, the mirror is hanging there. So, it sees the opposite wall, doesn't it? You can think about the mirror, and perhaps some people have mirrors in their living rooms. Fancy type mirrors. It's on one wall, and the other wall might have a bookcase. So, what is it showing? It's showing the bookcase, full of books. Okay? It is pink with speckles. It's describing the wall. And most likely we're talking what room? The bathroom. Okay? I have looked at it so long, I think it is part of my heart. It has it so memorized. It's looked at that wall and it's just going, wow, I know where every little dust speck is. Or, let's just say. But it flickers. Faces and darkness separate us over and over. Every so often, people walk in, they're walking through the bath, and they go back this way, and so they're blocking that beautiful view of that other wall. Here's the mirror on one side, and there are the speckles on the other. Okay, so that's fine. So you get the idea right there. The mirror is telling you, it is very truthful. It gives you the truth, whether you like it or not. It is not a matter of, I want to hurt your feelings today, so I'm going to tell you that your hair looks horrible. And oh, by the way, I think you got a smudge of stuff on the cheek. Okay, it's not going to do that. If it's not there, it's going to show you exactly what's there. Now, it goes from being a mirror. Now, it's a different type of mirror. It turns into water, so to speak. Like when you go up to the lake, especially if it's sunny out, you look in the water and you see a shadow. And you're looking at it and go, oh, look, there's a girl that looks just like me. And your dad standing next to you and going, Cindy? That's cute. That is you. And you're going, what? Oh, yeah, that is me. Yeah, I can recognize my little bow in my hair. Okay. So, you're in the shadow. Okay. I am a lake. A woman bends over me, searching my reaches for what she really is. So, there's a woman bending over, looking into the lake. Okay. So, what does the lake see? What does that mirror see, so to speak? It sees that woman bending over. So, in a way, it goes from being so truthful. But when that woman pops in, it sort of becomes messy, the scene. Okay. Mirrors show you exactly everything as it is. But when you have something like the water and a woman standing over you, it becomes emotional because that woman expects to see what? Maybe she's 80 years old and she's got lots of wrinkles and everything. And she looks in the water and hoping that the water will show what? That she's 40. No more wrinkles. It's that wish, and that becomes so emotional, so messy. Whereas in, that mirror in the bathroom, no matter what, it's not going to show you 40. Okay? Then she turns to those liars, the candles or the moon. Okay? The candle, when it flickers, it sort of shows you what you want to see. The moon, when it's shining down, it shows you what you want to see. Again, you may be, I'm just saying, you may be 80. Okay? But you would rather see 40. And as that moon, the flickering of the candle and and the light and the light shows you half that age. And you're going, oh, it looks so beautiful. Then when you walk away, and you look in the mirror and you're going, oh, yeah, no. Okay. I steered back and reflected faithfully. She comes back. Because those are liars. The moon and the candles. They lie. They don't tell you the truth. They show you what you want to see. Not what's really there. But the lake, shows the shadow of that woman, flickers back exactly what she is and what she looks like. Okay. Reflected faithfully. It can't lie. It can't lie. It is not one of those liars, the mirror. You might as well call, the mirror turned into that lake, so to speak, because it is like a mirror. When you look up, bend over, it's like a mirror. You're looking down, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I got a hair stain. Right, hold on. Let me fix that. Oh, I look much better here. Here I come. Yeah, it is a mirror. Okay. It tells you the truth. Okay, she rewards me with tears and the agitation of hands. I am important to her. She comes and goes. Yes. Why is she rewarding this mirror tears? It's not really a reward. I mean, she's wringing her hands. It's like in frustration. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting older. I don't look as good anymore. I'm not as attractive as I was when I was in my 20s. Okay, I'm getting old. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to show it. And wow. I'm putting on all this stuff. It's not hiding it. No, it's not going to hide it. That mirror is going to show you exactly what you are. What you look like. You're not 20. I'm sorry. You're 60. You're starting to show wrinkles. Okay? Sorry, it's just how it is. I don't lie. I'm not the moon. I'm not the candle. Look in the candlelight. Yeah, you can see. Oh, well, you can see what you want. Okay. Yeah, she comes and goes because every day she like to think that if she looks down there, woo, she's gonna look younger. Ooh, the rest of the no more wrinkles. No. Each morning it is her face that replaces the darkness. Yeah, it does. It replaces that darkness because the mirror keeps seeing her. She just keeps coming, expecting some different, result. In me, she has drawn a young girl, and in me, an old woman. Rises toward her day after day. You can tell this woman is no longer young. She's not in her teens. She's not in her 20s. She's not in her 30s. She has aged. She's an older woman. She could be in her 50s. She could be in her 60s. She could be in her 70s. In her 80s. She's older. She has aged. Time has gone. She's no longer her youthful, beautiful self. Okay? She's getting older. The mirror can't hide that. Whether it's the mirror in your bathroom or the mirror in the lake, it can't hide the truth. Rises toward her day after day like a terrible fish. It's really upsetting. And it's ugly in a sense. The world is upsetting and ugly in a way because it's like a terrible fish. No matter how much you try, you're not going to be beautiful. As time goes by, it's not going to happen. According to Plath's poem. Okay, the mirror can't give you beauty. Can't show you beauty if it's not there. It can't show you youth if it's not there. We all age. So, it's like a terrible fish at the end. We're all aging. Time doesn't just stop and say, whoop, you're beautiful at 25. We're going to stop you at 25. And then, you're going to be 25 forever and just look beautiful forever. It's not going to happen. The mirror can't show you something that's not there. If you have questions about this poem, please let me know. Let's move on to Anne Sexton's poem, Courage. That was Mirror. Hope you enjoyed it. It has so much to say. It's very impactful, wouldn't you say? Let's deal with, one moment. Let me check if there's something I did not get. Yeah, when she comes into view. Yeah. So the point I wanted to make that about messy and emotional is that because when she comes in, here, some notes here I made. When the woman comes into view, the world becomes messy, unsettling, complicated, emotional, and vivid. Okay, it sort of reflects its own desires and understanding about the world. Because she has an expectation, right? That the world is going to show her, the mirror is going to show her beauty and youth and the like. It's not going to. Okay? So that's going to be, it's very complicated. It's very messy when you find out, no matter what, if you're 60 and you expect to look like you were 20 and you're not seeing that, very emotional. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think that covers that. Okay, let's look into courage. If you have it, okay, that would be great to take it out. Otherwise, get those notes going. We have 4 stanzas, 4 poetic paragraphs, correct? Yes. Okay. So we have different steps in life. In our first stanza, we have childhood. And our second one, we have young adulthood. In our third, we have middle age. And in our fourth, we have when we're older. Old age, I guess you could say. Okay. So in the very first one, basically what sexting does is give you pointers, to what people do in those various phases in their lives. Okay. When you think about the speaker, scholars of Anne Sexton's work figure that this poem was, the speaker is basically Sexton herself. That they figure that scholars say that she basically wrote this poem courage for herself, to give herself courage. If I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, but if I remember correctly, this came out after her death. This poem, and that's how they connected it. She may have been trying to give herself courage to, how do we want to say, to continue on. Okay, so you could think of it as being Sexton as the speaker. She makes it, if you notice again, very confessional. Even with Plath's poem, it's very confessional. Plath trying to tell the world that, we age, time passes us by, and it doesn't stop. Okay, with here, it's confessional too. We can see it by she uses the you and we. She brings in those pronouns so that she sucks you into it. Okay, so that you realize that, yeah, when you were a child, you learned how to ride a bike. Okay, so on and so on and so on. So that you too can experience what she may have experienced, and okay, and maybe your neighbor experienced. So these are experiences that people have had. Okay, the only experience that we may not have had is the end, the last stanza, because there she's talking about death. Okay. So in the first, she talks about learning to ride a bike, the first step of a child. Okay. You get excited about the bike. You take that bike around the neighborhood, up, the side, down the side. Okay, you're so excited. Then there's also the times where you might have gotten in trouble. Your first spanking. Dad got really upset, and he's like, "Okay, come here." Okay. Also, she talks about a topic in that stanza that many kids and people now adults may have experienced, and that is when they called you crybaby or poor and so on and so on. Were they bullying, teasing? Okay, very hurtful comments. Okay, very much painful, and then she transitions you smoothly into the next phase in life, which is later after the bullying, the first steps, the bike riding, the good times, and the bad, the bullying, the spanking. Okay. You faced the death and bombs and bullets. You did not do it with a banner. You did it with only a hat to cover your heart. In other words, your young adulthood time is military time. Okay, where a lot of, especially men, lots of young boys go into the military, and she brings that out. It talks about it, the bombs and bullets, especially when there's a time of war. You try not to show weakness, that you were afraid. You did not fondle the weakness inside you thought was there. Your courage was a small cold that you kept swallowing. And also she shows that in time of need, during war, during battle, military time, there is also death. Okay, it could have been you that could have been killed, but instead it's your buddy who saved you. Okay, let's see. So died himself in so doing. It was love. Okay. So let's see. All right. So in other words, Sexton was saying that out of love, your buddy saves you at his cost. In other words, he ended up dying. She moves you again smoothly into the next phase. So you're going from young adulthood, where you learned about bravery and about love between friends. Okay, where you have great despair, bitterness, pain, and it's described in very medical terms. If you notice, you endured great despair, then you did it alone, and you do it on your own. Okay, you don't go around going, oh, and whine about it, and people come to your aid. You learn to deal with it on your own. Getting a transfusion from the fire, medical terms. Picking the scabs off your heart, medical term. Then wringing it out like a sock, okay. Again, very medical the way. Yeah, you have scabs from the healing of the pain that you may have gone through. Okay. Okay. And so yes, you've gone through various moments of despair, bitterness, suffering, and pain in your mid-age and the like. One moment, let me get something. I believe there was something. Yeah, young adulthood, middle age. I thought there was something there that I wanted. Nope. If you notice, she does use similes and metaphors. Okay, if you notice that, all right. In there, in this poem. So yes, it woke to the wings of the roses and was transformed. You strengthen. You go from pain and suffering to strength. Okay, and the like. And then she moves you again smoothly into old age. And you face no old age and its natural conclusion. Your courage will still be shown in little ways. This part is a little harder because we have gone through we go through easily the 3 stanzas, 1, 2, and 3, but it's harder for us to deal with stanza 4 because that means you're no longer on this earth. Okay, so people are, in old age, they want to do everything they can in the last moments of their lives, make sure that, everything's settled. They spend their times with their grandchildren, love, and, you look at the calendar and you should see time flying just like that, and you're going, oh my gosh, I'm getting closer and closer to the end. And that's the point she's trying to make here. And you'll notice that death becomes personified. It's like a person. And when death opens the back door, as death is now a person that could just open a door and say, okay, it's your time. Okay, you'll put on your carpet slippers and stride out. Stride meaning, you just casually walk out and you just do it. So when death calls, we just walk out. Any questions about either poem? If you do, let me know. Let's go through these themes really quickly. Okay. Plath deals with the problem of aging and losing one's beauty like a terrible fish. Okay. We age. We're not going to look beautiful anymore. I mean, you can look at some of the greatest and most attractive actors and actresses in their 60s, 70s, 80s. You're going, oh my gosh, yes. Time takes its toll like a terrible fish. So you're dealing with aging and losing beauty. Okay. Sexton deals with courage, how courage is constantly being displayed throughout different acts and ways. Everything. First step, a buddy dying for you to save you. Striding out the door. Okay. So we're talking small, ordinary events in life. Small, ordinary events where you might be hurt, but the pain heals, doesn't it? Okay. So on and so on. So those are themes. One theme for Plath, and then we've got the big one, courage, for Sexton. So this is what I need you to do today. Make sure you copy this down. Do today are paragraphs 1 and 2. Yes, paragraphs 1 and 2. You have a choice between 2 topics. Choose one. Please choose one only. How does Plath's mirror discuss the themes of truth and aging? Or discuss the theme of courage in Sexton's poem? You have a choice between those. Plath's mirror discuss the themes of truth and aging and courage in Sexton's. Let's see if there's anything else I'd like to add. So you choose one of them. Use evidence from the poems. Okay. Make sure in the first question I see the name of the poet and the title in quotation marks. When you present your poetry, when you pull out the lines, especially if you do more than one line, you need to use slashes. So it'll be like this. Quotation marks. You do your line, slash. Here's the next line. Does that make sense? This tells me this is the first line. Oh, here's the second line. Oh, here's the third line. Otherwise, this would look, if you don't put a slash in there, it looks like all three lines are one line. You don't want to do that. That would be misleading the reader. Okay, so please use slashes. If you're having problems with that, contact me. Okay, I think that is all. You don't need to, do not do any research, please, for this. Okay, use the evidence again from the poem. Choose one of these two. And I think that is it. And don't forget, follow the formula. And then answer, if you had to pick a theme song to describe you, what would it be? A theme song to describe you, what would it be? So choose one of these. Okay? Again, paragraphs 1 and 2. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me see. No, that is it. Okay, do today. Do not forget. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Till next time. Bye-bye.